Welcome to the Scholastic Arts Awards of New Hampshire. My name is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. You're in for a real treat today as we are at Stockbridge Theater among all these creative works of art done by students in middle school, high school, and from around the state. Virginia, can you tell me what your position is with this show?
I'm the executive director of the Alliance for Young Artists and Writers, and we're the national nonprofit organization that presents the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards.
Are there other organizations involved too?
Oh, we have a vast network of partner organizations. Chatfield and the New Hampshire Art Education Association are the partner organization that runs it for the state of New Hampshire. So there are partners all over the country who run the regional programs, and they send their top level of work, the gold keys, to us, and then we have a national level of adjudication. But in addition to those regional partners, we have lots of partners with the National Art Education Association and the National Writing Project and other national organizations that support our work.
Do they, I know there's the Gold Key Awards for the students, so are there some restrictions that are laid out for the competitions as far as they want it to be certain subject matters or content in those arts?
You know, that's the beautiful thing about the program. The founder's vision, it was started in 1923 by M.R. Robinson, who also founded the Scholastic Corporation, and he had a very specific vision for what would happen. There are no limitations on content. There's a total freedom of expression policy. All the work is blindly adjudicated, so that means that the judges don't know if they're boys or girls, and we don't give students prompts. Our prompt to them is make something original and take your best shot.
It's that simple.
It is that simple, really, truly, and it has been since the very beginning. There are categories in which students can submit painting and mixed media and other categories, but aside from that, our prompt to them is really make your best work.
So how many categories are there?
There are 28 categories of art and writing. We added a new category last year called Future New, which is basically inviting kids to break our system, to make work that is uncategorizable. But beyond Future New, the categories are pretty traditional: painting, mixed media. On the writing side, it's short stories and fiction. We added video games as a category last year, and the categories have actually evolved over the history of the program pretty much to reflect the history of art education. So there was a soap carving category in the past, and now the categories are really more about the materials that students have access to in the typical classroom.
Do you have any idea how many works of art were submitted for the show?
I do. Well, nationally, we had 255,000 submissions this year. So they come in from all over the country. Any student, public, private, or homeschooled, 7th through 12th grade, can submit. And, there are more of them from some reasons. When they have a wonderful local partner, like you do here in New Hampshire, there's more participation by students. Some states actually don't even have a local partner, and those students participate through the region at large. So that's kind of a general, access point for students all over the country. And there's a winnowing system that kind of starts with those 255 and sort of narrows the field. So we will see all of the gold keys that are on display here, and there'll probably be about 17,000 gold keys that we'll take from all over the country, and then we'll winnow them again, probably to about 1,600. So the top awards are basically the top 1% of everything that's submitted nationally.
Well, what I've seen here is just amazing.
I'm so looking forward to seeing it myself and spending more time in the show. Seeing the kids, that's the best part.
Right. And tell me how large the region is that this show covers.
This is the state of New Hampshire.
So it's the entire state.
For the art side, the writing side is done by another partner, and that's not atypical. It's often the case that, an organization brings their own expertise to the part of the program that they run. So this is for students throughout the state, which is really much simpler. Some states have multiple affiliates, and it can be hard for kids to figure it out, although we try very hard to make it simple, and keep it simple.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, and I appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm delighted to be here.
Again, we've seen some beautiful works of art here today, some real creative stuff. This dress has been really catching my eye. I loved the color, the materials that were used. Really, somebody's going to go into fashion design. Over in the case here, we have some other work, some more dimensional work. This actually brown shoe here has been made out of cardboard, That's one affordable shoe style. An old guitar. Actually, it looks like a guitar, but I think actually it is an actual guitar that someone used to create more of a statement with some photographs. It looks like from all over, and actually the photos look like they may have been done by hand too. We've got a vase that was done by a student at Guilford High School. And down here below, we're starting to look at another vase style that looks like a little bit more rustic, a couple of a glaze on it, and just some really rough. And that was done by a student at Conval Regional High School. We've got some type of Swahili mask, and that was done by Connor Birmingham of Wyndham High School. This is a gold key. Most of these are gold key awards. The vase was a silver key, and then this last piece by Jenna Place, the name of that is Silence. And I would have thought just the opposite with the wide mouth there. She's from Milford High School. Everybody's interpretation of art is so different. Very, very creative pieces, really, really unique. Unique to the students in expressing what they're thinking, how they're feeling, and where their talents are in the mediums being used. Hi, I'm here with Scott Chatfield, the program administrator of this event. Scott, can you tell me how long the event has been going on?
This is our 15th year. Prior to that, we were run by the Boston Globe in Massachusetts, and at that point, the Globe was moving out of New Hampshire, and we decided this program was too important to lose, so a bunch of teachers got together and said we want to really keep this program. So we developed an administrative board, and here we are today.
So the program was started by the Boston Globe.
Well, it's a national program. It started out of Scholastic Incorporated, which is the publishing company in New York City. It's a great long story. Virginia probably can tell you more about that. So this was the 91st year of the national program. So we are a regional affiliate, and we feed into the national program.
So are there students from all over the state here today?
We are a state-run affiliate, so everyone in the state is welcome to participate, 7th through 12th grade.
And after the state competition, do they move on to a regional competition?
This is the regional competition, so the national competition is the next process. So the students who receive Gold Key Awards here, their work will be adjudicated next week in the national level, and in March 17th will be the National Adjudication Awards Notification Day.
Where is that taking place?
In New York City, right at the National Scholastic headquarters.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today. I know you have to run and get started. Hi, I have Melanie Viens here. Melanie, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So you're a senior here at Pinkerton Academy?
Yes.
So talk about your work of art here. What medium did you use? What inspired you? Was it a classroom assignment?
It was not a classroom assignment. It's a colored pencil piece that I did. In a separate class, we were working with flowers, like live ones, and they all had died, and they were kind of like spread out all over the classroom. And I had a friend who was joking about it, and he was like, what if Flower came in and got really upset about it? And so I was like, okay, and I kind of just like went with it. And it was like a spur of the moment kind of piece, but then it developed into something that I really liked, so.
Are you an art student?
I am an art student.
Okay, and what class was it that the flowers all died?
It was in my water media class. We were painting them.
I see.
So.
So someone wasn't keeping up with the horticulture in the classroom. I thought maybe it was a biology class. So what is that's what inspired you to create this work of art?
Yeah.
What is your preferred medium?
It kind of bounces back and forth between colored pencil and paint. This year it's been a lot of colored pencil because I've worked with it more in a couple of my classes, but when I go outside of school and I take other classes there, I work more mainly with paint. So
you take classes here at Pinkerton, and you just implied that you take classes outside of here too.
Yep, I take classes at Penn and Palette in Hampstead.
Oh, I know Mary. It's a wonderful class. The classes there are great. My boys both did classes there. So you go once or twice a week?
Yep, I go once a week. Sometimes depends on what project I'm working on. I'll go twice a week. But so I don't have any pieces from that class in here. Only Pinkerton ones though. So
So you do have some other, this is an honorable mention.
This is honorable mention. I have one gold key, one silver key, and then another honorable mention.
Wow, it's amazing that the students there are getting multiple awards, and the amount of entrants that they had here, it's amazing that there's so many awards for individuals.
It's a good show this year too. It's really good.
What else inspires you to create art?
Normally, most of my inspiration comes from if I'm actually like sitting in my classroom or like sitting in Mrs. Prebble's. If I'm at home and I'm not really like doing anything, if I'm like sitting on the couch, sometimes if I like go online and look at photos, look at mainly other art pieces also. So that normally helps me. Like coming to the show, I've been here every single day this week, just like looking at all the pieces, and I probably have like half of them memorized because I've just stared at them for so long. I have a bunch of pictures on my phone just because I think like the idea was really cool and I want to be able to branch off of that and create like really good pieces compared to what I've been doing right now. So
do you find creating challenging at times?
Sometimes if I'm given a vague prompt, it takes me like a couple minutes to figure out something that I think is clever enough to go off of it.
A couple minutes isn't very long.
Yeah, no. So it's as long as I get like one word that'll take me like into the next thing, but it depends how long it takes me to get to that first idea.
So you have a lot of creative talent on paper, but also in your mind. That's wonderful to have. And you're going to be pursuing art in college?
I would like to pursue an illustration major in college, so I've applied to all art institutes across. So.
Great. Well, good luck. Hi, I have Christine Dion here. She's one of the teachers at Pinkerton Academy.
Hello.
Christine, do you have any award winners here that are students of yours?
Yes, I do. Nicholas Papa, Skyler Oliviera, Cyrus Champey. So I have, there's numerous. I'm trying to think. I also have...
Well, tell me, these students, what are some of the categories that they entered?
They were in painting. A couple of kids also did drawings, mixed media. There's just kind of a wide range. They have such a wide range of interests, and with the different classes that they've taken, it has definitely been a mixture, if you will.
And you've been teaching them for, are they freshmen, sophomores?
They are mostly seniors, juniors, seniors, generally, although Cyrus himself is, I believe, a freshman this year, brand new student that I have, and actually did a lot of the work on his own at a separate location.
Okay, so there's no restriction as to what age can participate in the show?
No, it's, as far as Pinkerton Academy goes, it is 9 through 12, and so we've got, it's wonderful to see freshmen when they come in and they're doing some amazing work. Generally, it tends to be the juniors and seniors by the time they reach that level. They've already built up a nice portfolio of work through the classes that they take here.
So how do you decide? You have assignments that are set for the students, and do you have in mind that this may be a piece that they should work towards for this competition, or is there an assignment and you just see the work and say, oh, this needs to go in the show?
Generally, that's what it is. We don't set up our assignments so that they are going to be something that we say this is for the Scholastic Art Awards. Generally, as we're working with students, we see them working on particular pieces, and as they progress, we're like, okay, we try and push it a little bit further so it goes above and beyond what the regular expectation of a project would be.
How long have you been a teacher here?
This is my 9th year.
And how many years have you participated, your students have participated in this show?
All 9 years. So, throughout the years, it's been a variety, whether it be freshmen that I had that, oh my goodness, we need to submit something, or working with the upperclassmen and seeing that they were ready to be able to put something in.
That's wonderful. Do you know how many students from Pinkerton submitted work this year?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I would say it's probably in the vicinity of approximately 20, give or take a few. But those that officially made it in were probably a little bit less in number.
So are we seeing all the works of art that were submitted for the competition, or are we just seeing more of the ones that were selected for awards and honorable mention?
Yeah, you're only seeing those that were actually selected for the awards. There were, and again, off the top of my head, I believe there's 800 pieces that are hanging in the show, but there were many more that were in the 1,000 range that were actually submitted.
Well, it's really impressive, and you are an awesome teacher because I have seen your work.
Thank you.
And you're a great example because you show your work yourself. So it's very encouraging for those students.
Thank you very much.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Hi, I'm Skyler Oliviera, and I'm a senior here at Pinkerton Academy.
So I understand that you have won a couple of awards here.
Yes, I have. I have won a gold key for a drawing, 2 honorable mention portfolios and photography, and then 1 silver key for black and white photography.
And I'm assuming you're going to go into art school.
Yes, I've actually been accepted into the New Hampshire Institute of Art over in Manchester.
Is that where you're going to attend?
Yes, that was my #1 school.
And what are you looking to major in? Any specific area?
It's my dream to be an art teacher, so I think I'll go into art education.
Wonderful. Well, do you want to talk about the artwork you have here?
Sure. Right here is my silver key. It was taken at the De Cordova Art Museum in, I believe, Massachusetts. And it's basically just this stone arch that they had in the entrance. And I took it with a Holga camera, so a black and white film. And after I got back, I had to develop it in the black room. And this is what developed.
Well, that's a beautiful work of art. Was there anything that inspires you to create your works?
Well, basically, I've been doing art since I was little and could hold a crayon, so it's kind of in my blood. But if I see something beautiful, I want to convey it to other people, so I do it in the most creative way I possibly can think of.
It's great that you work with different mediums. Do you have a favorite?
I use a vast array of mediums, but right now my favorite is clay and ceramics.
Is what?
Clay.
Clay. And do you, is it like thrown pottery or is it on a wheel?
It's a little bit of everything. So I do throne, I do hand building, coils, whatever the clay wants to do, I do it.
Well, congratulations on the awards you've won. And I wish you a lot of luck in college.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah.
From Bedford, but
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not live, so it does get edited.
Oh, okay.
Like I just told him, I messed up her name
Okay,
twice.
yeah.
It's pronounced the French way, and I wasn't saying it right. It's up to you.
I'll pass. But thank you very much.
I've run into Nick Papa here, who is also a Gold Key winner. Nick, can you tell me what year you're in?
I'm a senior at Pinkerton Academy.
And how many years have you taken art classes here?
Oh boy, every year. I've worked my way up the podium, definitely with the intro classes, and definitely got to take the classes I wanted, so every year.
So are you looking into majoring in art in college?
I believe so. I definitely want to have a background in art history and get a little experience with gallery owning and curating, so it's all up in the air, I think, right now.
Do you have any preference for medium that you work with?
I love using charcoal, and oil paint is amazing to work with.
So talk about your artwork here. What medium is this in?
This one is water-soluble oil on canvas, and I created it because of my fascination with memorials. So I wanted to have something with the red kind of bloodshed colors to it, but then dress it up with some kind of beauty, because as seen in the past year, beautiful memorials created where horrible things happened, and I love them so much. So
that tells me what inspires you.
yes, definitely. The human spirit. I think it's one of the coolest things that humans can do, to kind of put a Band-Aid on something that's horrible. So.
And do you work outside of school doing a lot of the creative projects?
Definitely. We kind of sacrificed my guest room to create an art studio in my house, so I kind of took over there, but definitely a lot of work going on in and out. So.
You're very fortunate that your parents were willing to create an art studio.
Very true. Very true.
But they must get some beautiful works for gifts.
They do. They do. They got a nice Christmas present a few years ago. So.
It's all worth it. Do you have any idea of where you'll be attending college?
Ooh, I'm looking around. I think I've applied to 10, but I'm looking around Boston, New York, and Rhode Island, so definitely a lot of choices.
Yeah, it's very competitive in the arts.
Right. It is. Definitely.
Well, thank you so much. I wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Kevin Zukis here has a student that won one of the awards, I understand.
Yes, she won a Gold Key Award for a self-portrait from Epping High School.
So is she in, what high school does she go to?
Epping.
In Epping?
Yes.
Wonderful. And what, was it a class assignment?
No, it was just a regular art project. She's in the art class, and it was just one of her projects, one of the things that she had done.
So what is the medium that she did it in?
I think pencil. Yeah, we're looking for it. We've seen it, but we're trying to find it now. But it was a pencil, a colored pencil.
Oh, wonderful. And is she taking a lot of art classes at Epping?
No, it's one of the classes she had chosen to do, one of the electives. And she's made major improvement from beginning of the year to now.
What year is she in?
Sophomore.
So she's only a sophomore at Epping High School. She's not an art student, and yet she's got this unbelievable talent that she's already won. Is it a Gold Key Award?
Yes, it's a Gold Key Award. She's really become quite the artist from the beginnings to now. She draws all the time, so she's enjoying it.
So is she taking more classes in art next year?
I believe so. That's one of the things she wants to. Not that she wants to major in it, but she's really become interested in the art.
It's wonderful when they can find kind of a niche in high school that will direct them in college.
Yes, and it gives her an outlet also. She has something to do. So just sitting, vegetating, she'll sit and draw and different things.
Better than being on the electronics.
Much better than being on the electronics.
Well, we're going to try to find her portrait and see if we can get it in here.
Right.
Thank you so much. I've run into a couple of the attendees of this event. What are your names?
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Jordan.
And where are you girls from?
I'm from Goffstown.
Goffstown.
You're both from Goffstown. Are you in the high school there?
I'm freshman.
Okay.
I'm in 6th grade at Mountain View.
Okay. So what brought you to the show?
My sister won an award, so we're here for her.
Is she in the high school?
Yes, she's a senior.
And what do you think of what you've seen today?
It's actually very thought out and planned. It's very cool to see the talent.
What did your sister win an award for?
She made a table for her class. I think it was creative design or something, and it lights up. It's pretty cool.
Is it a functional table?
Yes.
Will she be taking it off to college next year?
I'm not sure.
And what have you liked most?
I liked the ceramic stuff that they did, especially the blue one with the octopus. It looks really cool.
Where is that one? On the
Right
other
there.
side?
Yeah, I think it has a lot of detail, and they did a really good job on it.
So you like the more dimensional, tangible pieces that you could hold?
Yeah.
Do either of you take art classes?
I do. I'm in visual art class, and that's a lot of fun.
So you're looking to get more into commercial art, maybe?
Yeah. It's very cool.
So more into the corporate world of designing logos and brochures?
Not really. I like hands-on stuff, I guess, mostly.
Okay. So the visual arts as far as producing something, again, that you can handle. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to talk with us. I'm looking at a piece here that was created by Sierra Vig named Starry Night on the Sea, and it has a ton of detail in it with the octopus on some type of maybe corals, or it's made out of ceramic and glass, and she attends Manchester Memorial High School. It looks like it was a multi-step process, I'm sure, if it was created in clay and needed to be baked probably in the kiln a couple of times before she arrived at the final piece, because there's a lot of color and glaze on it with the blues and the greens in there. Some really, really neat pieces we're seeing here today. A lot of detail in all the pieces, not just a lot of the paintings, but a lot of detail that may go missed if you don't look real closely at it. I have Sophia Russell here from what high school?
Pelham High School.
And are you an art student there?
Yes.
What year are you in?
2014.
Oh, great, wonderful. So talk about your piece here.
Well, this is a self-portrait. I took the picture in my Drawing and Painting 2 class with Mr. Norton as my teacher, and I put the image up on Photoshop, and I created a background with a paisley texture and a clock. I wanted to kind of catch an image of being scared and running from something, specifically like death, like running from death.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the clock. And
so you incorporated some of the newer technology of bringing it into Photoshop as a photo, and then created a background in Photoshop for it?
Exactly. I did all of it on Photoshop, messed with the transparency and everything.
So what is this output? It looks like it's in pencil.
Yep, it's in pencil and ebony pencil.
So you outputted it from Photoshop and then did some special effects to it?
Yep, I put some special effects to it. I printed it out. I made a simple grid and I just drew it.
So you drew it from the image that you printed out from Photoshop?
From the image that I created. All of these images that are in it is not like I made it myself completely.
Wonderful. So how long did it take?
To create the image on Photoshop, it took a few days, and then to draw it, it took about a few weeks.
And do you have any other awards here today?
Nope, just this one.
Congratulations. It's a beautiful piece.
Thank you very much.
I think you really captured that effect of being a little scared or lost, and
Thank you.
it was a success, obviously. It's a gold key.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So a lot of the work that we've seen today are a lot of self-portraits, but also images of other people, and we've got another piece of work that Melanie Viens has done. A lot of different mediums. We've got, actually this looks like it is on the Conte crayons and some paintings. Beautiful photography work, really. Some of the images look like they have been just studies of work, and some really simple exercises that have been done. Others look like they're really exploring some different mediums and styles and techniques. Again, a lot of self-portraits. I think part of it may be the age of the students here in high school. Some mixed mediums also, using some magazines and photography and artwork combined. Real colorful pieces, and yet then a lot of them are just black and white. We've got a lot of beautiful work, amazing talent that we have here in New Hampshire. I'm here with Mike Gooden. Mike, you're a teacher here at Pinkerton?
Yes, I am. Teach ceramics. I teach unified arts as well.
How long have you taught here?
I'm working on my 28th year.
Wow, congratulations. So what are the Unified Arts? What are some of the classes?
Well, it's an actual course that we teach where we have a peer mentoring situation with special needs students and general population.
So it's what are some of the projects that they may have during the year?
Oh, they range from everything from drawing to color to three-dimensional and ceramics as well.
Is that an option for them to choose what they want to work with, or do you have a set assignments?
It's a curriculum that works through with their mobility and their skill level, and a little therapeutic, and also as well as dealing with socialization skills.
It's amazing. With art therapy, I looked at that when I was in college because I was an art student myself. And it's amazing how the creative arts helps people express themselves, even physically, if there are some limitations too.
Right. Yes. Well, we say art is a visual means of communication, so it works for everybody.
Do you have any students that won awards today?
Yes, I have had two. One won a silver key, another an honorable mention.
And talk about those pieces that are here.
Well, they're both ceramics pieces that one's a vase and one's more of a sculptural piece. So.
Wonderful. I bet the students are very excited.
Yes, they are. We have a good student population here at Pinkerton.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and I know you've been really involved in organizing the event here today. I have Laura, Elizabeth, and Ben here. They're all from Milford. Elizabeth is an award winner, I understand.
Uh-huh.
What is your piece?
I made a ceramic tile. It's based on the styles of Keith Haring. It's kind of like a mermaid-like feature, and it has wings, and it's split on a tile between water and the sky.
And you're only in 7th grade, I understand?
Yep.
So they must have some great classes at Milford, or is this a class that you take outside of school?
It's just a class right in school.
Very, very lucky to be able to do that in school. Yeah. Do they have a lot of art classes? That's the middle school?
They have two teachers.
It's just middle school art.
Wonderful.
A lot of recipients from Milford here from the middle school.
Really?
Bouchard is one of the jurors, her teacher.
Wonderful. So she must really encourage the students to participate.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You must be a proud mom.
I am very proud. I am. Yeah, this is fabulous. And I love that Elizabeth is getting an award for art. She really likes it. Her teacher at school also does an after-school art club and really encourages them. But yes, I'm very proud of her. It's very exciting to see her art and all the other fabulous art here. It's very impressive.
What do you think, Ben, of some of these sculptures here on this table?
Well, this table, I mean, I think all sculptures and everything featured in here is amazing because of the work and the imagination, the thought you have to put into it. But especially some of these sculptures, like the cans and the labels, just first to think of something like that, that's amazing, just to conjure that thought,
And to realize that, okay, this is what I want to make. Can I make
really? Yeah.
Can I make it out of cans?
Exactly, because I meant all the time you have to put in, to cut those pieces and everything, and then trying to put it together without hurting yourself, it looks like too, because they're so sharp, but it's really amazing, yeah.
Do you have any creative talent?
Well, I guess you could say I do have some. I mean, yeah, I guess a little bit.
Are you in high school?
I am in high school, yeah, I'm a freshman.
Are you taking any classes there?
Well, I'm not taking any art classes right now, but the high school does offer a good amount of art classes. They have, everything from visual design to Photoshop and screen printing and everything like that. So a lot of great courses for someone who is inclined artistically,
That's great. I think it's really important to have some expression of art in your life, whether it's music or the visual arts, and even this competition involves some of the creative writing too. So we don't actually see that here today, but it is a competition nationwide for the creative writers. So it's
we enjoy being here, coming to an art exhibit as much as coming to share an Elizabeth's award. It's fabulous, wonderful.
Well, I hope we'll see your name again.
All right. Yeah, hopefully.
So tell me your name.
My name is Chad Howard.
And Chad, now you're not a student here at Pinkerton?
Nope, I graduated last year, so I'm an alumni now. So.
Congratulations. Were you an art student here?
Yes, I was.
And I see New Hampshire Institute of Art. So are you a student there?
Yeah, love it there.
So when you were at Pinkerton, did you participate in the show?
Yes, I did. I did 2 years. I won a gold key for a 3D sculpture, and I got an award also for my photography portfolio. So.
Congratulations. So what are you studying at the New Hampshire Institute of Art?
I am studying photography, and now I ran into the art education program there. So.
Great. What do you think of all the pieces you've seen today?
I think it's just awesome. With the foundations at Pinkerton that I learned, I am viewing so much more, and also because of the foundations, built me up for the preparedness of New Hampshire Institute of Art. So now I'm really starting to see what's happening, and what I'm really doing today with art education, I'm documenting the show, and I'm going to be critiquing them and helping my own understanding, being prepared for art education. So.
Wonderful. This is great. So you started as a freshman with the art classes?
Yep. I started with foundations of art for my first freshman year, and then moved up to photography. Then my junior and senior year was more art. So, yeah.
So you're coming from a totally different angle than some of the other viewers here, and a much deeper understanding of it, of what is involved.
Yeah, definitely.
What inspires you to create?
Well, mostly the world around me and nature, and how transcendentalism, how you can see life, views, and moments within nature and morals. You can see how a tree branches are branching out. They could be hands grasping out to other trees to help them be supported. So, yeah.
It's amazing how things can be portrayed in so many ways. A thought can be portrayed in a number of different ways, in different mediums too.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great to be able to explore that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you.
I'm here with Allan Hall, a teacher at Pinkerton Academy, an art teacher to be more specific. What do you teach?
I teach graphics and painting, and also intro to studio once in a while.
So the graphics is more the commercial aspect of it?
It's definitely, it's all computer animation. We do layouts for ad campaigns, advertising. I actually have a project being shown right now. It's you have to do a character who walks across the screen. So it's all computerized. And then, of course, painting is painting.
How long have you been teaching here at the school?
28 years.
28,
yeah.
The same as Mike Gooden.
Yeah, we came I guess I'm 27. I get it. Because he came a year before I did, but I think he's 29. I think it has got his math.
He may be off. Yeah, I think he said earlier 28, but it doesn't matter. You both have been here. It's a wonderful school to be working at.
It is. I have a great time. And they always support us for art supplies and equipment, and I'm very fortunate I have a computer lab for the arts. So I really appreciate it. And it's updated all the time. The software, to do Adobe Photoshop, it's $650 for each computer, and I try to tell the kids, appreciate what you have, because this is expensive, kids.
It definitely is. It really, really is. So do you have any students that may have received awards in the computer arts by using some mediums like that?
I have Taylor Ray Lancaster, who did the animation, and actually they're going to be showing it in the auditorium in a few seconds, and I'm really excited. It's only 10 seconds, but she's probably spent 50 hours on it, and the fine artists don't get the amount of time that goes into that, and it's just a lot of work.
It really is.
I mean, I love fine art, and I do fine art outside Pinkerton myself, but it's just a different media, and it takes so much time, and still I don't think the fine artists they just think they put the picture in and push a button and it happens. It doesn't happen that way.
So is she doing some of the programming, or is she actually doing the drawings?
She's doing on the drawings on a tablet, and then you have to basically save a frame on each leg movement, and it's 50 frames for one leg, and people don't realize, wow, that is a lot of work. And even though it only shows 10 seconds, and we compare it to Pixar and the other animation things on television, and they expect it to be 25 minutes, and they don't realize it took Wallace and Gromit 3 years to do a 20-minute movie, and folks, it's that long. And plus we do like clay animation, which I love too. And of course it all has to tie to advertisement, some type of advertising. And I do have a lot of graduates. I've been here almost, like I said, 30 years. And I have a lot of kids that they've gone into different careers. And some of them are really, really unique. I had a kid named Rob Saunders, and he went to school for puppetry. And you're thinking, what can you do with puppetry? And he now does, he did X-Man, he did Spider-Man, he did Cyclops. So he always sends me an email, go see my name in the credits in the movies. And now he's the director. And he just keeps going and going. And I have another kid who graduated community college, and he does the advertising for Dunkin' Donuts, small chain. So it's really neat to see all the different fields, because everybody thinks painting, you die and then you make a living. But no, a lot of alumnus, I could go on for an hour here telling you the different careers for the arts.
Well, you've really helped define the difference between a fine artist and a commercial artist, where there's a little bit more to the marketing for companies, like the student working for Dunkin' Donuts is more in the commercial arts. So it's wonderful that this competition can kind of encapsulate both.
I'm glad you said competition, because the students think, and I try to explain to them, that they think when they show in this, everybody gets a gold key, everybody wins. And I try to tell them, no, you're competing against everybody in New Hampshire, and then if you get a gold key, you go and compete against the nation. And I said, that's great. We need more competition. I like competition. I like to see my students in competition. And it's slowly starting to sink in, the competition.
And to think outside of the box. I mean, there's the raw talent that a lot of students have, but how can we make it a little bit different? Or how can we make that statement we're trying to put across to the viewer a little bit stronger?
Right. And the thing is, well, I think creativity is really important, and we're starting to forget that in education. You definitely got to get the right side of the brain going. It's important to have both sides.
It's just healthy.
It's healthy. It's really healthy. And of course, I know the parents all out there think, you know, my kid can't make a living in art. And I have my department head, his kid went into, his son, his name's Ryan Quigley, he went into graphics, and he's doing great. He's in advertising, and he's moving up, and he constantly tells me, I need more kids in advertising. Why don't you send them my way? I need more kids, and they need more creative thinkers.
Great.
And of course, when I go back to the classroom and say that, and the kids, their parents all go, no, don't send them in the arts. There's no jobs. And I'm like, there is advertising. They need advertising to exist, folks. It's very important.
Especially with the social media today, I mean, that's just taken off, and that is still a form of advertising online, and even through some of the electronic marketing programs. You still need that creative mind. You still need the creative writing. Right. You still need the graphics to be able to catch the eye and the attention. And you need to really have talent, because you've got to do it in 5 seconds or less, or else you've lost the attention of the viewer.
You're correct. You're totally correct. I mean, that's really important to do that. And you're right. And being professional and quick. And also another thing is, I'm starting to see it falls, is working with a team. You know, being part of a group instead of individualized, and working the students in groups is really, really important too.
I think you're right, because again, especially if they're getting into the more commercial field, where you've got to work as a team with a creative writer, with a producer, a photographer. I mean, it just doesn't come together all from one individual.
And I got to say, for fine arts, outside Pinkerton, I show in art galleries, and I was just talking to my art dealer in Chatham. She came to my house and picked up a painting, and she was just saying, and I just noticed, am I the youngest artist in your gallery? And she said, yes, no one's going into the fine arts either. And then I've noticed, like I show in Boston on Newbury Street, and I was saying the same thing with my art dealer on Newbury Street. Where are all the young artists? And a good friend of mine I went to high school with works for, he runs the estate of a billionaire in New York City, and he's an art dealer. And so I'm not seeing young people go into those fields either.
Gee, that's too bad. What's happening?
I don't know. I asked my art dealer from Chatham, and she just says, that's a good question. I don't know. I think parents in our society is saying there's no jobs, don't go into it. And I'm just, my wife keeps on telling me, be quiet, don't say anything. That means less competition for you. But, you know, I try to encourage my students to, you know, I've watched over, well, basically 30 years of education that when I see a student has passion, they will find their way.
I think that's where it really begins, is in that passion. I mean, it helps to have the talent, but it's really the passion that drives, because you look at some of this work and it's just amazing. Some of it, like you said, looks like it can be created so simply and quickly, but it's really the thought process and the development that's involved in making it a work of art.
Right. I totally agree. And that's the big definition I like to hear. You got to have passion. And passion's the key to the arts, really. I mean, I feel bad. I had one student one year. He just had the passion. Now, he didn't have the talent of this other child next to him, but he had the passion. And I said, he'll go further than the kid with talent.
I think you're right.
And he did. He's actually the kid who went into puppetry and did the X-Men movie. He didn't have the talent of other kids, but he had. Boy, did he have the passion. He went home and studied everything about puppetry and he just lived it.
That's awesome to hear. Yeah. And you're right. I think that passion, there are a lot of skills that you can learn as an artist, as a photographer, that can carry you so far. But it's the passion that's going to make you develop or create something that no one else has, or that's going to make that statement a little bit stronger.
I totally agree. I mean, it's like the pianist has to go home and practice. And the thing I tell with kids, if it's computers or it's fine art, you got to go home and practice and practice. And, you know, that part I see encouragement, but the fine arts I'm saying it's going down a little bit because drawing takes so much time. People think the kid's just born with it, and it isn't. They have to practice just like an instrument or mathematics, or they got to practice.
That's wonderful for you students to be hearing that. Do you find that a lot of them are doing classes outside of school and spending time in...
I do find a lot of kids taking classes like at the institute or private lessons. I do see that part. It's just hard because they're in so many activities.
Pinkerton is it's a school that offers so many opportunities for the kids. So I was going to mention the photography club, the video club. There's so many different clubs and organizations the kids can join. Plus the academic rigor here at Pinkerton is a challenge to keep up with. That it is hard to find that free time to sit and do a pencil drawing or a painting.
It's really hard for today because when I graduated from high school, you didn't have as many credits and certified classes and AP classes. The students today have so many requirements to take that it's getting harder to take the arts or, say, vocational. I feel bad for them, but there's ways around it now. Parents aren't aware that they can take online classes now at home on their computers, and that's opening up now, and students are starting to figure it out. And of course, we constantly have to tell the kids, if you want to take more art classes, take some of your math or science classes online, and that's helping out. But still, I look at the kids and I go, oh, you're really talented in painting or graphics. You should take more classes. I don't have time. And that's really tough for the kids.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And I feel bad. And the thing, too, when I talk to a student, 80%, it seems like a good 80% of kids aren't sure what they want to go into. And that's good. They're trying to, I think high school should be developed, like try to find what you want to do.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree. I have a 17-year-old here, and that's what he's been doing. So I want him to do it before he gets to college, where he has a good sense of what he's looking to pursue.
Education is they want them to find out their niche 8th grade. And I disagree with that.
That's too soon.
And I think high school should be the exploratory to try everything. I mean, I look at the booklet for Pinkerton Academy, not trying to sell Pinkerton Academy here, it's thick, and they could take, I mean, the other night I went for a dinner at the culinary, the cooking, the culinary, it was phenomenal. The Tuscan kitchen came, and I was just blown away what the kids did. And I think it's wonderful what they do in building trades or a wood shop. I go to see the plays here, and I'm just blown away.
The talent this school has is amazing. It's amazing, the talent that the kids have academically, creatively, athletically. I can't say enough about the school, so I guess it's time to end here.
Okay. I could talk forever.
I got a $12,000 scholarship, $13,000 scholarship at another school And I end up explaining to them that that school starts off $15,000 more than our school starts off with. So net cost is where we want for folks to focus their attention. So lastly, I want to congratulate the Gold Key Portfolio Scholarship winners. And now I remember, young lady, why I didn't give you the silver keys, because you were getting the gold key as well. So I should have said that ahead of time. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. So let me start with Leanne Baratier. Leanne here. Nicole Daniels. Lauren Labella. Kelsey Jarvis. Summer McGaffigan. I'm sorry, I could have gotten that better. McGaffigan. Michael Chow. Brittany Baum. She's got a cheering in the audience, but she's not here. Taryn Windens. Winden, sorry about that. Matthew Bain. Boom. Awesome. Gavin Gorsuch. Gavin here. Helena Akhtar. There you go. She gets the bigger scholarship of the two. Summer Hutchins. Lauren Austin. Natasha Coate. I like those easy to pronounce names. My last name is Gilo, and I've heard it pronounced Gigolo, which is a terrible mistake. So again, I know what it's like to have your name mispronounced. Katie McCarthy. Katie here. Nicholas Papa.
I'm here with Lisa and Rebekah Arruda. Rebekah is a student here at Pinkerton, right?
I'm a freshman here.
And this is your third year, I understand, participating. Am I right?
Yep. I had gone in 7th grade, and I won a gold and a silver. And then also in 8th grade, I won a gold key.
Congratulations. And obviously you've won something again because you're here a third year.
Yes.
You have how many pieces here?
I have 3 pieces here this year.
How many did you submit?
3.
Wow. So that's really something. Out of all the kids in the state and the number of entrants they have, that the 3 you entered, you get 3 awards for. Congratulations. So you obviously have some talent.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what do you want to say, Mom? The talent?
Well, I just wanted to say that she has been going to art classes since she was in kindergarten at Pen and Palette Art Studio. So, and she really, really enjoys it.
I think those art classes really help in some basic understandings of like perspective and balance and the negative space and positive space and all those tools that you can learn. But she's got to have some passion to be able to be creating work that's getting awards.
Yes, absolutely. She has passion. Matter of fact, she is such a perfectionist. It takes her, what did Mrs. Preble call you? Little Miss Perfectionist. Little Miss Perfect, yeah. Yeah, Little Miss Perfect. That was it.
I can see her saying that. Well, that may be a trait of artists too, to just get it right. And I bet you throw out a lot of work that you're not pleased with that maybe your mom wants to keep.
Yes. She says, "You say everything's beautiful, Mom."
For those people that don't have talent, Rebekah, that or an understanding of how to create work, they do want to hold on to anything that's been given to them, that's been created, because it's a challenge for them. It seems to come naturally for you.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like, art classes have helped, but I think there's a certain piece of like wanting to understand it and wanting to learn what makes an aesthetically pleasing image. So
I think you're right. So talk about this elephant work here that you have.
This is a scratch board, and it's done by using a knife to scratch out the black to make white. And it's about solitude and how you can be like strong while being alone.
It's amazing how much more a picture can say other than just, here's just a real pretty black and white picture of an elephant. You just described some real strong characteristics and traits and a lot of thinking that went into it that people may not get when they just look at it. And what other pieces do you have here today? Do you want to describe those?
Yeah, I have a painting of two boats called Riverside Reprieve, and then I also have a loon that is Emerald Journey.
Did you enter the loon into the New Hampshire State Duck Contest? Because I know they have that every year, I think.
Yeah, I think they do. I have not entered that yet. I didn't really remember to, because I finished it last year in June-ish, so it was after the competition, which is March, I think, and yeah.
That may be a good one to think about entering since you've already won one award with it. I know New Hampshire has that duck contest for state stamps. So
I actually did win that one year.
Yeah, 1 year I did it for a different piece. I don't believe I titled that one actually. Because I only went to titling later in once I got 7th grade. Then I started titling things. But I won that in 2006 maybe.
Oh, congratulations. That's a great honor too. So how much time do you spend outside of school doing some form of art?
How much time I spend in school, not like supposed to be doing art. Out of school, I do
artist, right?
It's not really measured in time because like I'll be doodling along the side of a math worksheet or something, so it's not really a timed thing. It's not. I mean, sometimes I will sit down and focus on doing stuff, but I don't do that often. I'm not focused like that usually.
It just seems to come natural and on whim.
Spare time.
Do you think you want to pursue the arts? You're only a freshman here at Pinkerton, you said.
Yeah, I would like to minor in arts for college.
I think having a bit of art in your life is a good, healthy thing. Well, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you very much.
Cyrus Champey here is a Pinkerton Academy student. What year are you in?
I'm a junior.
A junior. Have you been taking art classes all since freshman year?
Well, I've taken one intro class, but I've been taking outside of school classes since probably 2nd grade.
Where have you taken those classes?
Pen and Pal Art Studios.
Yes, I'm very familiar with Mary Preble. She's got awesome talent in her classes there. So how many entries do you have in this year's show?
This year's show, I just have 1 entry. Previous years, I've had around 2 or 3. But
Good. And have any of those won the Gold Key Awards?
yes, last year I won 2 Gold Key Awards.
So this year you've decided to do a pen and ink.
Yeah, I kind of strayed away from painting because I really like the detail of pen and ink. I think you can see a lot more in it, for me at least.
So what is your drawing about? Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
Well, we went to Newburyport one Sunday, and we were taking pictures, and I really liked the old architecture of Newburyport, and I decided it'd be a good piece to paint. So
it's all done in pen and ink?
Yes.
And what style is it? Is it a specific style?
No specific style. It's just drawing it as I please, I guess.
So why was the road left without any detail?
Well, to tell you the truth, I really don't know.
It'd simply be a matter of time sometimes.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I just I figured that it was better left because it had a lot of cars in there, and I figured that I just because it looks kind of, you can see the old history behind it, and with modern cars inside and stuff, it just kind of takes away from the piece.
Good. See, that was well thought out. And so there must have been areas of where you had to envision what that detail was, if there were vehicles blocking maybe the lamppost or something.
Majority of it was there was a lot of people that day, a crowd of people.
Oh.
And I had to remove that and figure out what all the doors would look like without it. But yeah, I took multiple pictures after to find other angles of it so I could paint it properly, or draw it properly. So.
What do you find are the rewards of being able to create like this?
I just feel like I can just, it's the self-gratitude, I think. I can just feel like accomplished when I've done something like that. I don't need to rely on like a picture or camera, even though they do take nice pictures. But it shows a certain style.
And it is kind of nice to have a vision in your mind, to be able to see it develop on paper, and that immediate gratification as you're seeing it develop really is, I think, a special treat for artists, that to have an occupation or an ability to be able to create something that's in your mind and see it develop. There's so much satisfaction to that. What other areas are you interested in? You've got the pen and ink, and you've done some painting.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot into watercolor now, because I don't know, I just really like the flow and look of watercolor. You can get a lot of like bright colors into it and certain detail. So I've also combined watercolor and pen and ink to form even like more detail within it.
So you spend quite a lot of time outside of class or school doing artwork. Do you do any other activities?
Over the summertime, I play baseball, and that's fun too. But that's mainly my 2 activities. I like to do baseball and art.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed joining us here at Stockbridge Theater and have really seen how much talent these students have from around our state. My name once again is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. Thank you for watching Derry Community Television.